Hey everybody, this is Whitebone Knives. I just got my knife back from heat treat. I cleaned up the front a little bit, so none of the scales on there or anything, but what we're going to do today is take your bevels down a little bit further. This side's already done, so I'll be doing the next side to show you how it's done. And like I said, this is after heat treat, so we're going to have to keep the blade cool during the whole process, otherwise you might screw up the temper. So here we go. Alright, so now we're at our grinder, and before we even start putting the knife in the jig, I'm just going to take some WD-40 and put it on the good side. And the reason I'm doing that is because I just don't want any rust to build up while I'm doing this, because there's a lot of dips in the water and there's some rust on this already, and it kind of creates some spotting sometimes. So just wipe that down decent with some WD-40, and then we'll just go ahead and put it in the jig. Alright, so now that we got our knife in the jig, we're just going to start doing the grind with a 60 grit belt. So we're just going to go ahead and do that, and just remember to always keep your blade cool by constantly dipping it in water. You really don't want to screw up your heat treat. And as usual, wear your safety glasses and respiratory protection. So I'm just going to kick on the grinder. Alright, so now that we got the 60 grit belt sanded on there, it's going to need to be taken down a little bit more with a finer belt, but the edge is getting pretty thin now, and that's kind of what we want. Let me take this off here so you can see. Okay, so this is how thin we have it right now. Generally, if you want a knife that's going to be used for chopping or something like that, or like a lot of heavy abuse, you want a lot thicker of an edge. This one I'm marketing to be a Skinner, or just like, you know, just an all-around knife. So I want a decently thin edge, so it'll cut really well. Make a lot of precision cuts, and the edge doesn't have to be near as beefy. So we're just going to go ahead and go with a lighter grit belt. We're going to go to a 120 and then a 200, and that'll be finished up. So we're just going to switch it out real fast. We're just going to take the 60 grit belt off. We're going to trade that one out for a 120. Put that one on there. And this part takes a lot less time, basically polishing the edge. So you don't have to do near as many passes on this one. But we're just going to turn the machine on. Now that we're done with that belt, it cleaned up a little bit, but we're going to go one step further and go to the 200. So let me just change that out real fast. Now that the 200's on, we're just going to start her up. Now that cleaned it up pretty nicely. So what we're left with is a pretty nice edge with a nice sheen on it. So now that that's done, we can take it right out of the jig. And that edge is down to a real nice size now. That's going to be nice just for this knife, for this size of knife. Alright, well that's it guys. Stay tuned for our next video. We're going to be taking this thin edge down to a sharp edge. So thanks for watching.